What is going on, guys? Welcome back into Rosscast Live. Bulls just beat the Memphis Grizzlies 125 to 96, and we have your full post-game recap here live right after the game. Game just ended. Big blowout victory for the Bulls tonight against a depleted Grizzlies team, missing like most of their team, missing their entire starting lineup pretty much, besides Jaren Jackson Jr. And then many of their bench pieces as well. So a tough outing for them. Certainly not the squad that they're hoping to put out there. But the Bulls took care of business. They had won a couple games recently, beat the Warriors. So shout out to the Memphis Grizzlies for doing that, but couldn't get that done tonight. The Bulls were able to take care of them. So big games. We had big games from a few players. Ayo Dosunmu, sneaky big game, ended up scoring a little bit in garbage time, truthfully, but he was a big part of the win tonight. 20 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists for him. DeMar DeRozan, 18 points and 8 assists. Kobe White, 17 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists. 7 Bulls in double figures. 32 total assists. I'm getting these stats, data points are from Casey Johnson on Twitter. Shout out to Casey J Hoop. But yeah, big victory for the Bulls tonight, taking care of business against a bad team and encouraging to see them playing well in the absence of Zach LaVine once again. So we know that Zach is going to be out for at least a week, maybe 2 weeks. He is going to join the Bulls on this upcoming West Coast road trip. From what I understand, he's going to be with the team for that trip. So we'll see. Maybe they're going to try to get him back at the tail end of it, but it's probably just for team chemistry purposes, I would imagine, keeping the guys together. I think they're probably going to play it safe with Zach LaVine and that recent ankle sprain. So big victory tonight, though. Bulls got the job done at home at the United Center on Pride Night. Shout out to Pride Night at the UC. Put on a good show. Everybody had a great time. They had these really nice hats that they were giving out. So shout out to the Bulls for that. Make sure to go check that out on their Twitter. But yeah, big games across the board. We had 7 Bulls in double figures in this big win against the Grizzlies. Ayo, as I mentioned, 20 points. DeRozan, 18 points. Kobe White, 17 points. Andre Drummond, 15 points. Patrick Williams, 15 points. Javon Carter, 12 points. So Javon Carter, who was out of the rotation very recently, who was not even getting minutes from Billy Donovan, is here now with a double figure game coming off the bench. So another thing we love to see. And then you have Vooch holding it down there with 11 points. So good stuff. Great stuff, even. Good stuff, great stuff across the board. Yeah, man. I mean, listen, the Memphis Grizzlies, we know they're depleted. They have a ton of injuries in their starting lineup. They're not playing the guys, John Morant, Steven Adams. Only Jaren Jackson Jr. is the guy out there. Marcus Smart. Like, all the guys that should be out there for them are not out there. So we know that it's not exactly the most impressive win that the Bulls have had this season, but getting the business taken care of at home is key, because last month they had a similar game against the Cleveland Cavaliers, where the Cavaliers were missing pretty much their entire starting lineup. They were missing a ton of key players, and they came into the United Center and they whipped us. They were able to beat us. They had Max Strus putting up 20 something points or whatever the fuck. So it's good to see the Bulls taking care of business, even though it is a bad team. It's good to see the Bulls putting them away early, getting garbage time. You love to see a good garbage time, not a bad garbage time. But you got to see Julian Phillips out there. Got to see Terry Taylor, Dalen Terry. I don't know if Sonogo got out there, but Dalen Terry was out there. He had a couple good plays. He had a couple bad plays. He had that airball 3 in the first half, which was closely followed up by a buzzer-beating 3. So with Dalen Terry, it's like you never really know what you're going to get. He impresses us sometimes. Every now and then he pulls out something that's like, oh shit, okay, Dalen, I didn't know that you had that in you. Like, I didn't know you were going to do that. It happens every now and then, but then there's also the moments where it's like, God damn it, why is he out there? So shout out Dalen, though. He had a solid game. Not one of the top scoring players on the team after that one, but certainly impactful. He was making an impact, and I think that's what matters. So shout out to Dalen. Let's see what else. Billy Donovan said that Zach LaVine, he wants to be out there. He enjoys being out there. He misses being out there. So hopefully Zach is back soon. I know that some fans have feelings about Zach and his future with the team, but I'm hopeful that Zach is back pretty soon, sooner rather than later at least, because I think that this team at its best is still a team that includes Zach LaVine. They were playing well without him last time. They got the win tonight, but if they want to reach their maximum potential, if they want to reach their ceiling, they got to get Zach back, and they have to integrate him into the offense, and he has to continue playing that really strong defense that he's been playing lately. So that's going to be a key once they get him back. But for now, Coby White seems to be the guy taking up the mantle for Zach's scoring load. He continues to be impressive. I think that people underestimated Kobe's ability to score if it's not just from three. He didn't score until the 4:40 mark of the second quarter. I'm reading this article here from Casey Johnson, the post-game article on NBC Sports Chicago. Kobe didn't score until the 4:40 mark of the second quarter after missing his first three shots. He finished with 17 points. He had 5 boards and 5 assists. He always gets involved on the stat sheet in the box score. Coby White is always going to give you a very, very good performance. He's always going to hustle. He's always going to put his best forward. So I think that that's encouraging. It's a very encouraging sign. I mentioned this in our last video, in my last live stream, but Kobe's the kind of player I think that, every season he seems to elevate his game. He takes it up a notch. So I'm really encouraged about the future of his career and where he's at right now. Same thing for Ayo Dosunmu, man. Ayo Dosunmu ended up finishing with 20 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists. He was able to attack the rim, and he was able to knock down a couple threes. When the Bulls were starting to get lethargic, when the Grizzlies were starting to get back into the game, it seemed like Ayo was right there to put them away and put any kind of run that they had going away. So shout out Ayo Dosunmu. Shout out another player. Shout out Ayo Dosunmu for a good game. He came through. Chicago kid with Derrick Rose in the house. You love to see that. 2 Chicago point guards. Derrick Rose didn't play tonight. He's hurt. So that's another player on the Grizzlies who's not playing. But Joakim Noah was also in the house. Joakim Noah did an interview with Casey Johnson. With Stacey King and Adam Amin, excuse me. Joakim Noah did an interview with them during halftime and then into the third quarter. And Joakim Noah is my favorite player of all time. I don't know. I've got the jersey right here. But yeah, he was on the broadcast and he said some really great things. He said that Alex Caruso reminds him of Kirk Heinrich. He brought up, how close he is with some of those players from those Bulls squads that he was a part of, specifically that 2010, 2011 team. I guess they all stay in touch. They're all very close. They call each other brothers. So that's really cool. You love to see that, man. Just like our childhood heroes, like our childhood favorite players are still hanging out and like they're best friends and they're at each other's weddings. And it's just really cool, man. We love to see that. But yeah, I mean, all in all, good victory tonight. Bulls were able to take care of business with the Grizzlies visiting. This was a good win. They got some tough games coming up with this West Coast road trip, but I think they have it in them, man. I really think they have it in them because they've been playing some good ball lately. It's not like they're going up against like, the top teams in the league. These are some good Western Conference teams, but they're not the Suns of yore. They're not the Lakers of yore. They're beatable. These are beatable teams. And obviously the Trailblazers are very beatable. So Bulls have a very good opportunity here to make up some ground in the Eastern Conference in a tight race. I think we're still sitting at 9th even after that victory tonight. But yeah, man, it's a tight race. The Bulls are in it, and they need to keep these victories coming in. They need to keep these victories rolling. So good win tonight. Don't have much more to say about it. Just really happy to see another big victory for the Bulls tonight. So shout out anyone who's watching tonight. Thank you guys for tuning in. I really do appreciate all the love all of my viewers have been showing my channel lately. Just wanted to hop on here and do a quick live recap of the game. I know that many folks are probably watching the NFL playoff game right now, so probably aren't watching live. So shout out all the people who are watching the recap of this after the fact. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure to hit like and subscribe if you haven't yet. Make sure to follow me at Shy Sports Ross on all of the platforms. Oh, I pointed the wrong way. It's right down there. Thank you guys again for watching. I'm going to log off here and I'm going to go check out that Packers 49ers game and see what's going on. So Thank you guys again. Go Bulls. We'll talk very soon. Peace.